Hi everybody and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be taking down Malenia. It's going to be a solo fight. You're not going to be summoning anyone. There's not going to be any kind of cheese strat. It's just going to be you, a weapon, and Art of the War Bloodhound step. This is the easiest way I know how to take down Malenia. She's very easy. We're even going to navigate how to maneuver around the waterfowl technique. Which is probably what most of you are getting tripped up on. We'll take you through phase 1 and phase 2, and by the end of it, hopefully you won't have any troubles. Not gonna lie, it's probably gonna take you a few attempts, but if you follow these techniques, you should have no troubles in getting through. So first off, we're gonna need to get Bloodhound Step. So if you don't know where the Bloodhound Step is, it's in northern Caelid. We go to Len's Rise, and we rest until night. Then the Night Cavalrymen will appear on the bridge. The fastest way we can get rid of this guy is to just cheese him. You can fight him if you want. Take a couple minutes. Just stick to one of his sides and swing your sword at him while you're mounted on Torrent. The easiest way I know is to just get aggro on him, run around this big tree stump to the other side of the bridge, and then try and get over to this side here, and he should try and attack you through here. Sometimes it happens right away, sometimes it takes a minute. Sometimes you might actually have to go on the outside of the bridge. With this attempt here, you can see that he is just not jumping in the direction I want him to jump off the side of the cliff, so we're just gonna go back around the other side, have him chase us over, walk along the edge. Here we can just roll into the corner to try and dodge any of the attacks that he might reach us from the side. Oh, looks like he went back around the other side. Be careful, because he can clip you through the wall here. For whatever reason. They can clip us through the wall, we can't clip them. But yeah, again, just go back out onto the ledge when he's over there. Just keep rolling into the corner, and he will eventually jump attack and fall off. And that's it. You'll get your runes, and you'll get the Arts of War Bloodhound Step. So then take that over to the Round Table Hold, and put that on your weapon. Alright, now we can return to the Halleck Tree to face off against Malenia. Now I'm going to be slowing down the video to run at about 50% normal speed, and when the waterfowl attack happens, I'm going to slow it down even a little bit further just so I can explain as I go. So initially when you start to engage Malenia, the big trick here is to not really rush her attacks. She will come to you, she wants to attack you, so just let her do that. We're going to look for openings like this one here when she does her ground slam. We can go in for a jump attack and then get away. This is why I suggested we use the Bloodhound Step, because even when you dodge away, it's like her sword has an extra 4 feet on it, and it just seems to always get you. For these attacks here, we always want to Bloodhound Step away. She can follow up those attacks with 2 or 3 times, or even doing a blade attack, just like another one, doing this here. So here we have another ground attack. We can go in for another hit. For these attacks here, we can just roll through them, and then while holding forward, we can go straight into a jump attack. Now for the waterfowl attack, we're going to do 2 Bloodhound Steps forward through her after releasing the auto target. So release the auto target, do 2 Bloodhound Steps, turn around, do 1 Bloodhound Step away in the opposite direction, and then just, if she goes screen left, you want to walk screen right. So then just walk away or Bloodhound Step away. And then once the aftershock wave of her attack goes, you can go in for a jump attack. but then you'll want to immediately get away because she'll likely be following up with an attack. But then you can also punish that because she goes that. Now with those attacks there, when she takes the long pause stand, you're going to want to wait for the sparks to happen on her hand. That means she put her weapon away for that time. She can follow that attack up with other attacks, so just make sure you see those sparks before you decide to jump in on her. So after critical hits, it's always good to just stay your distance. Sometimes she will just immediately go into a waterfowl. It's always best if you're away. That way you can just completely dodge it by being super far away from her. So for those attacks, we just Bloodhound step away. When she ground slams, going for the attack. For the kicks and the swipes, we just Bloodhound step away and go in for the jump attack. For these attacks, we roll through and immediately go into a jumping attack. And that puts us into phase 2. Now for phase 2 to start, we just walk up to her, and then once we're underneath her, we just run up and around her. So if we started going left, we start running to the right as we approach her. Here's where we can use our buffs. So heal up, restore your all of your intellect, juice, rune arcs, whatever you need. And then we can get one attack on. For here, there's a waterfowl. This one approach, I do it differently. I waited a half second, and then I did 2 blood steps behind, and then just continue to walk behind. Then you'll want to do 1 Bloodhound step through her, and then same thing. She went screen left, so I went screen right. You don't need to Bloodhound step. You don't need to roll. You can for safety, but if you do Bloodhound step on that last one, make sure that you do not have her targeted, or you'll likely Bloodhound step into that bubble. Now for these attacks, most of them are pretty similar to phase 1. She just looks different, so it feels a little bit different, but they're pretty much the same. So we roll through this one here. I did the mistake of actually jump attacking, but for this, you're going to want to actually wait until she does the ground slam afterwards, and then punish that. So then Bloodhound step away. When she does her long settle pause like that, you can go in for an attack. So same thing that she did in the first round, she just goes into these attacks a little bit quicker this time. Never stand in front of her when she does her ground slam, because she does bring like a fountain up. So for this, you're just going to want to dodge. I find it's easier to dodge back with the Bloodhound step, but if you're just dodging with rolls, I find it's a lot easier to dodge left to right to miss those attacks. But there's going to be a number of them, and then she does it again, so the Scarlet thing, it's the same as the first time. Point her in one direction. Once she's locked, run in the opposite direction. It gives your some time to use your flasks, so then just heal up if you need to. Have yourself some drink of the blue stuff, whatever you need. You see there was sparks done, so she wasn't going to go into another attack, so you can use that. In this round here, she also has the long settle after the swing, so we can go in and attack that as well. Sometimes, if your health is low, I would prioritize healing yourself over going in for an attack. Sparks, so that we can go in for a swing. long settle, we can go in for an attack. And again, we're going to want to avoid that just by doing a Bloodhound step away. And there it is, that's the kill shot. Now, you don't need to have a weapon proc like bleed or frost on your weapon, but it certainly does help chunk away at her health. But yeah, the lessons here are basically don't run to her, let her come to you. Bloodhound step away when you're dodging attacks. It is the safer option. And just punish those very few openings, but wait for those openings. It can be a little bit tedious, it can take time. In real time, this fight took me roughly 3 minutes, so it's not like it's a whole lot of time, but practice, patience, and you should have this within, I would say, 10 attempts if you're making good on all of these dodges. But again, the Bloodhound step makes it infinitely easier and almost trivial, because a lot of her attacks you're probably already dodging, but the waterfowl does trip it up. But the Bloodhound step makes pretty quick work of that. So I hope this helps. If it did, like, subscribe, and don't forget to rest at the Grace site and grab your Miquella's needle if you finish the quest line. So thanks guys, and have a great time, and hope to see you next video I put out. Thanks again.